Good morning, this is Debbie with the Crafty Texas Woman, and I'm here to show you my flowers for Fiona's Jennings644 flower competition. I used my Cricut, and the program that I used was a walk in my garden. So I used it's on page 82, oops, it's upside down, page 82. And I used this flower, which I used this shadow in, so it makes them a little bit bigger. And so that's what I used. And also I cut out a 3-inch, 2.5 inch, 2-inch, 1.5 inch, and 1 inch. I used various sizes in all my flowers. So my first flower, what I did is a purple flower, and I folded up the edges, and then I used a purple paint on it, and then on the center of all the flowers I painted with a lilac purple, and then I glimmer mist them, and then I put a pearl in the center of it. So this is my first flower, and it turned out real pretty. I mean, it's pretty. I like it very well. So that's my first one. And then my second flower I cut out, and I used a 1 3-incher, 2 2.5 inch, 1 1.5 inch, and 1 inch. It's on a yellow cardstock, and I painted the petals brown. And then I cut out the edges, of my petals with a pair of scissors to give a rough, jagged edge. And then on the center, I made the little flower, the inside of the little flowers, and I tipped them with orange paint. So, and then I glimmer mist everything. So I'm not sure if you can see the glimmer mist on here, and I hope I'm still in focus. But this is, my flower here. And that turned out real pretty, too. And then my third flower, what I did was I used 2 3-inchers, 1 2.5 inch, 2 1.5 inch, and 1 inch. And it's on a red cardstock that I had, which was printed. And so all I did was, curled up the edges and whatnot. And then I had a red pearl in the center. I added a red pearl in the center. And on the paper you can see, the colors from the original paper that I had used, the cardstock that I used. And then I glimmer misted it, and I also embossed the edges. So hopefully you can see those. But that's my third flower. Real pretty, real pretty. And then my fourth flower right here is, I used white cardstock. And then I used the distressed broken china ink from Tim Holtz. I used 1 2.5 inch petal, 1 2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then 1.5 inch, and then 1 inch. And I just curled them up a little bit, and then flipped under, some of the bottom petals. And then so you can see the pearls on the inside, and that is with broken china. And then I also glimmer mist it, and I can't remember the color. It's, I used the Pearl X, so I made it myself. And then I embossed the edges and with a clear embossing powder just to give it dimension. But that turned out real pretty too. Ooh, I'm all thumbs today. Oops, right side. That turned out pretty. So this is my first challenge, and I wasn't quite sure I was going to do it, but then Fiona said it will be fun, so I did. And so here's my flowers. And then, so my fifth flower, what I did is I have 1 2.5 inch, one and a half inch, and then 1 inch. And here again, this was some colored cardstock that I had. It's gray and silver, and on the 2.5 inch flower, what I did was I took and I curled the bottoms of the flowers, and then the center I just curled them up, and then I put a real pretty button on the inside, and then I embossed the edges with a silver just on the tips. So hopefully you can see this. Pretty. But as we all know, cameras really don't do justice for all these flowers. And then my 6th flower, what I used was 3 inchers, 2.5 inches, and then 2 inches, and then 2 1 inch. And it's white cardstock. And then here again I used the a royal blue ink pad, and I just inked all of the pages. I did the back side too. And then on this one, what I did to make it different is when I did the petals, I took them and I cut all down the sides of all the petals and then folded them up to give it dimension. Then I embossed it, and that's what I did. So hopefully, Fiona likes them. I do. Like I say, this is my first challenge, my second video, so we'll see. But I had fun, and I thank you, Fiona, for, saying that, it would be fun. And I spent hours doing this, and I don't know. We'll see. So thank you all so much for, the challenge. And there's a lot of beautiful flowers out there. And I hope everyone has a good day. So thank you so much.